Welcome to my podcast. Listening to Mood Swings by Robert Leckington. And this is episode 19. How you doing? You know, this is quite an undertaking that I've taken here to give you this podcast episode. I don't know how many times I've actually done the takes kind of thing. But, you know, I mean, it's all about getting a quality product out to you. I just wanted to let you guys know that, you know, it's taken me a while to actually get this thing going. This particular episode will start, stop, or like in the middle I'll just be like forgetting something, and then, you know, it'll just come out sounding like garbage. And it's really, I mean, I could go in and edit things. It's just, you know, once I do get to the point where I'm ready to edit, things have just kind of gone on, and, you know, I've ended up having to do other things kind of thing. Anyway, just wanted to tell you a little bit about what's been going on for the past few months. I think the last time that I actually uploaded a podcast episode was probably back in, was it August, I think? August, or yeah, something like that. Anyway, but so yeah, I'm on a pre-production schedule with Scott Goldberg. We're making another film. It's called Cartridges, and it'll be another film. This one's kind of got a sort of Blair Witch Project feel to it, with a little twist. You know, it's not exactly a Blair Witch Project film, but it kind of goes along the same documentary type of lines kind of thing. It should be interesting. You know, hopefully you guys will get a major kick out of it. One thing that we were doing early on was we tried to get like a crowdfunding project going with GoFundMe. We were trying to get enough money together to buy film stock, because Super 8mm film is expensive. It's like $20 for 2 minutes worth of video cartridge, which is where pretty much the name of the film comes from, was cartridges. The cartridges that we were using are expensive, so, you know, the crowdfunding thing was to help with that. You know, maybe get some money together for some kind of, you know, I don't know, maybe for other actors to get involved. You know, that way we could at least pay them, that sort of thing. So we ended up like coming way short on our crowdfunding, but, you know, whatever, it is what it is. So we got to where we're at now. We're gonna fight on. USC Trojans, fight on. We're going to continue to at least get more involved in the film. Right now, we had been location scouting, doing some sort of test shoots, stuff like that. So it's just a matter of actually getting the film started. We won't really do that until probably somewhere second week of November. Kind of looking forward to that, because I haven't acted in a film in a while. I'm kind of anxious. I want to do it, get it over with. Not necessarily get it over with because I want to finalize it, you know, because I want to continue acting, but, you know, it's just the idea of being in the pre-production. You want to hurry up and start filming kind of thing, which is, you know, where I'm at. I feel like I want to just do it. But school is almost finished. USC Trojans. I've got, I'm on week number 7. I got about 7 more weeks, which would take me to not the beginning of December, but the middle of December. And so far, so good. You know, I mean, I'm getting a pretty good grade in class. I'm happy about that. My most recent paper that I worked on, I was a little, you know, I felt a little uncomfortable with. I don't feel like I did a very good job with it, but, we'll see what happens. Homecoming is coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to that. I'm getting anxious to... There's a casting director workshop that's, casting director, manager, agent, same thing that they have out here with the Network Studio East, which is what my acting coach, Josh, is involved with. Anyway, he's business partners with a woman out in Los Angeles that she does the same thing. So, I'm kind of watching her schedule, seeing what's going to be available during that time that I'm there. So at least I can meet up with West Coast casting director or manager or agent, whatever. Doesn't matter. So headshots, I want to meet up with a headshot photographer while I'm out there. I have one in mind. He's shot a lot of people, does really great work. There's on his website, he has photographed a few famous people, but I'm sure he's photographed more or whatever, but just what's on his website is what I have to go on. It should be good. I want to at least get West Coast headshots. That way, I can have more than one perspective. There's more than one headshot photographer around the country. It's just, with being out there, it's just one extra thing that I'd like to do while I'm there. Yeah, Los Angeles. It's been 15 years since I've been there. While I'm there, I want to kind of not only go to homecoming and be a part of the programs that's involved with that, but there's some places that I'd like to go and see. There's like the Professional Drum Shop in Hollywood. It's been a long time since I'd been there. Just kind of want to go check it out and browse around, see what's new and available. Who knows? I might be able to buy something and bring it home. The drum set is always evolving. But then a couple of new places that I want to go check out. I know there's Trejo's Tacos, which is in the Wilshire district, I guess. He has a restaurant. Danny Trejo, who's an actor, he's the guy that always plays either the mean heavy guy, not heavy guy, but just he's the mean, what do you want to call him? He's like let's just put it this way. He was in Machete. He was the main character in Machete. He was the guy that was going around chopping people's arms off and stuff like that. And then he's been in a bunch of other films where he's played the bad guy, but then he's also played the good guy as well. Anyway, he's got a restaurant. I want to go check it out. The food's supposed to be pretty good. It's been a while since I'd been to an In-N-Out Burger. I'd like to go and check that place out again. I know that really it's not as amazing as my Jose Tejas. I love Jose Tejas, man. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. Jose Tejas is a place that I go to quite a bit. I always get the same thing. I love that food. It's barbecued. Tex-Mex is what it is. Anyway, I don't think that there's any real restaurant out there in California that's a lot like Jose Tejas. But if there is, I'd love to know. RobertLuckington@gmail.com. So once school gets done in December, I have a few short weeks to take a break, and then I'll have graduated by then, but I'll be moving on to Drexel University in January, starting a master's degree in TV management. So really, if you think about it, with all this education that I've got, I should be able to get a six-figure job at some point, only because not only do I have acting education and some credits, I have some photography experience, okay? I have a undergraduate degree in communications and journalism. I'll be getting a master's degree in communications management from USC, and then TV management with Drexel University. I mean, there's no telling what kind of work I can get. It's just, it's a matter of really getting into something that's going to be fun, because soldering all day is not very fun, I'll tell you that much. It'll be in broadcasting. So really, if the work that I do it's broadcasting involved, but yet I'm making the products that they use in the broadcasting itself. It's more of an upward move than a lateral move kind of thing. But, so school with Drexel starts in January. It'll be a 2-year program. I'm going to end up owing a lot of money in student loans. So I'm going to need to get some kind of a 6-figure job or something just to help pay back my student loans, man. That's going to be a lot of money. I don't want to really say how much, but let's just say it's going to be quite a bit. In the beginning of September, my girlfriend and I, we went to Charlotte, North Carolina to visit family. The real intention was that she wanted me to come and see some of the places that they have down there for rent, because her intention is to move down there next summer. She wants me to come along, obviously, but, I have to think really long and hard on that. I know that there really isn't that huge of an acting community down there. Well, there is, but really a lot of the work is in Atlanta, and that's about 2-3 hours away from Charlotte. More than likely I'll end up going down there anyway, because I'm really, really tired. I want a change of location. It's pretty hectic up here in New Jersey, New York. I'll miss it. It's where it's at. It's where everything pretty much, if it's not New York, it's in Los Angeles. So what I want to do, I'm sure I could find a job across the country, or any place for that matter, but New York and Los Angeles, that's mainly where it's all at. I'm just happy enough to get an opportunity available to me. North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina next summer. But in the meantime, really, not only are Scott and I working on a film, but we got together to jam a little bit, which was the first time that I got to sit in front of my drums and be able to play these drums since I bought them last year. I noticed that, I bought a set of cheap cymbals, and I knew that they were cheap. I just wanted to have something to play on, but that's probably going to be the next big item to buy for the drum set, along with the cases and stuff like that. The cymbals that I bought, they're okay, but I'd like to go back to the cymbal company that I had years ago, which was Paiste cymbals. They've just got that sound that I really like. They're bright, and that's maybe by design, I guess. I don't know, but I've tried other cymbal companies. Zildjian, yeah, everybody uses Zildjian. Pretty much like everybody uses Drum Workshop drums these days. I mean, what's up with that? That's fine and great that everybody chooses those drums, but why everybody? That's what I want to know. Be original. I just, for me, sticking with a company because everybody else goes with that company, just, I don't know, it's not really my thing. Zildjian being the cymbal company of choice for a lot of people, I'd rather stick with Paiste because they have the sounds I like. That may be the case with everybody else in their drum choice or whatever, but, for me, I just want to be different. stick with Drum Workshop Hardware. I have their top of the line equipment, heavy stuff, heavy duty anyway, I should say, because really it's just a matter of getting it, setting it up, playing on it, and seeing for yourself, because I played on everybody else's hardware as well, and to me, Drum Workshop just, their hardware is the best. I got Drum Workshop hardware. I want to get Paiste cymbals. I'm playing on a set of D-Drum hybrid. It's a D-Drum hybrid kit. Name of the company is D-Drum. They're affiliated with Dean Guitars. They're based out of Florida. Very good customer satisfaction rating. I like them. Although I had a thing that I wanted to try and get done that they weren't capable of being able to do, even though I'm sure they could if they wanted to. Really, it doesn't really matter because, I could do the work myself, but I just wanted them to kind of make a gong drum out of a bass drum, which basically is just a suspended bass drum. Like a lot of these drummers now, they have like stack cymbals and all these smaller drums and stuff like that, and then they'll have like a gong drum off to the side, which really I don't need all that stuff. I was just thinking that the gong drum would be something that I'd like to play on, kind of thing, if I wanted to. So Scott and I were jamming, coming up with a couple of songs. We did a little bit of recording, not much. We're trying to just get into the feel of that, and then I'd like to get something recorded and put out for people before I end up leaving in the summer next summer. We'll see. One thing that I was thinking about, like possibly doing if I get to the point where I'm ready to just quit my job, is I'd like to go into business for myself. I know there's a lot of people that are doing like photography and stuff like that, which I could probably end up doing myself. I just need to practice more, and once I get, which is probably something that I won't have, but once I get time enough to do that, maybe I can start practicing. I need to get a couple more lenses for the camera, and I'll be good. Something to look forward to. I want to do that, but if I can't, then it's no big deal. Maybe even while I'm doing a full-time job, I can do photography on the side, and that would help out with paying student loans and stuff like that. Who knows? You might see me behind the camera someday. Out somewhere. Doing it professionally. I get a lot of my inspiration from photographers that I have met. Some that I had seen on Facebook, and I know quite a bit of people that are into photography. Scott's one of these people that I kind of look up to with pictures. He does a really good job. He's got good equipment, stuff like that. But yeah, photography, hopefully soon. Screenplay, I haven't talked about that in a while. I just recently added a couple new pages, and really, I don't have much time before my registration runs out, but I'd kind of like to get it finished soon. I don't know. That'd be nice. But, if it doesn't happen, then I'll just have to re-register it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe re-register it instead of in one format, but register it in another format. At least it'll be still on the books for a while until I can get it either pitched or made or whatever. If you go to my IMDb page, just go to http://www.imdb.com. Actually, no, I take that back. imdb.me/Robert Leckington. You will see all the work that I've been credited with. And it's not all the work that I've done, but, at least what I've been credited with. I put up Shadows at Midnight, which is the name of my screenplay, with a tentative production date of 2020, so I gave myself enough time at least. But I've been told, you gotta kind of adjust those dates. So, put a pinch on yourself and say, hey, get it done by a certain date. But really, it's just not my whole intention at the moment to get it done. I'd like to get it done, but, like I keep saying, whatever. It'll get done. I promise. I'll continue to write more pages soon. Other than that, everything's going okay. I'm healthy still. I may sound like I've got a little bit of a cold, but I've been going through some treatment. It's for a condition that I have, so I'm healthy, but I just need to work on this particular condition, because if I don't, it could mean the life of me, really. If you want to get right down to the bottom line. Don't really want to disclose that. It's not negative time right now. It's positive time, talking about me, talking about everything that's going on. I don't want to talk about negative stuff, but anyway. So that's the podcast. If you have anything you want to, push, just email me at robertleckington@gmail.com. If you have a product you want to plug, that kind of thing, same email. Comment suggestions, same email. Really, tell me that I stink. I want to hear it. Nobody's emailed me yet. I'd love to interview somebody. I'm trying to get to that point, but just at some point it'll happen, I'm sure. Look for that. But until next time, I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.
Thank you.